Ukraine is it okay? So, welcome back. So, as I introduced Dala earlier, my name is Brian Madena, and my colleague here is Emmanuel Wambua. So, today we are going to talk about the classification of filters, and I'm happy to say that you are going to have different types of classifications, almost all that are available, classifications of filters. And so, to begin with, filters, we have classifications. The first type of classification is the general classification. And this general classification is basically classification as per the response. And I'm going to briefly explain this meanwhile so that we can have a good introduction to the general classification of filters. So the first in general classification, we'll have a low-pass filter. A low-pass filter. So a low-pass filter is a filter whose response is of this type. And the reason as to why it's known as a low-pass filter is because if this is our plot and we are plotting magnitude function against frequency, this means that as we move towards the right of this plane, this way, we are increasing frequency, as we usually begin from 0. And as we move upwards from this point, the origin, we are increasing the magnitude of the filter response. Now, there are some few basic things that we'd like to introduce this point as well. We have a point known as cutoff frequency, FC. Cutoff frequency, it's a point where this filter response reaches 0.707, which in decibels it corresponds to 3 decibels. So it's either known as a cutoff frequency, or other people call it the corner frequency. Corner frequency, and usually denoted as FC or F0. Or in other text you might see omega C or omega naught. So I'll just like to explain what this omega and F, how these two things relate. So omega C is given as 2 pi F C. So we usually call this the angular frequency, and it's usually measured in radians per second. And this is frequency usually measured in hertz. So don't get confused if I denote this point omega C or FC. So for a standard filter or standard low-pass filter, we'll be using the normalized filters for analysis, and its magnitude is usually 1. And so this is not an ideal filter. As you can see, there's a difference between an ideal low-pass filter and a practical low-pass filter. Now, let us first just explain what a low-pass filter is. From the name low-pass filter, what this implies is that it allows low frequencies to pass, but blocks or attenuates higher frequencies. So low frequencies pass, however, higher frequencies are blocked or attenuated. And this is still illustrated in this diagram, that for frequencies from 0 till the corner frequency or the cutoff frequency, that is FC, these frequencies are allowed to pass. And this is known as the pass band. And any other frequency that is from FC to any other frequency, maybe let's say to whatever higher frequency than FC, these frequencies are blocked. And this region onwards is known as the stop band. It's known as the stop band. And from the corner frequency, from the center frequency, that is FC, going onwards, this slope that we have here is known as a roll-off. roll-off. And roll-off is usually given in decibels per decade or decibels per octave. And we shall see what exactly this means in the nearby in the next videos, because I think topic of discussing low-pass response, it's a topic that should take so much of our time so that you can understand. So general classification, just as I said earlier, that in general classification we classify these filters as low-pass filter, and as you can see that a low-pass filter allows low frequencies to pass and attenuates any frequencies above a certain frequency, that is FC. The second classification is a high-pass filter. So in the case of a high-pass filter, as the name suggests, is that frequencies, low frequencies, maybe from 0 to a certain frequency, FC, these frequencies are not allowed to pass. The frequencies that are viable in this case are frequencies that are beyond the cutoff frequency. So in this case, we'll call this region the stop band, and this other region the pass band. So as you can compare these two responses, you realize that low frequencies are allowed to pass, therefore it's a low pass filter. And this other one, high frequencies are allowed to pass, and therefore it's a high pass filter. Okay, so you have a third one. So the third in general classification is the band pass filter. And as we can see from the name, what is a band? A band is a range of frequencies. And a range of frequencies is usually gotten from, let's say band width is equals to FH minus FL. So this band, so in a band pass filter, we have two frequencies that are vital for us, and its response is given as follows. A band pass filter, what this implies is that frequencies within a certain range of frequencies only are the ones allowed to pass. So that means frequencies below FL are not allowed to pass. So I can easily say that the stop band is any frequency below FL, and also any frequency above FH. And our pass band is within the range of FH and FL. So this is our pass band. And this, we have a stop band. And this other side we also have a stop band. So this is a band pass filter. And the range of frequency that can pass through is the frequencies that are contained within this allowable region, which we call a band. So the last in this classification is a band reject or a notch filter. So we have band reject or notch filter. And this is the opposite of the band pass filter. And its response is given as follows. What this means is that frequencies within a certain band are rejected, that they are not allowed to pass. So in this case, from 0 to FL, this is our pass band. However, frequencies between FL and FH are not allowed to pass. So this is our stop band. And any frequency greater than FH is allowed to pass. So this is our pass band. So as you can see, pass band, this is the pass band, this is the pass band, but a range of frequencies is not allowed to pass. And you call this the band reject filter. So basically, these are the general classifications of filters. And when you come to band pass filter and band reject filter, there are some few things that we would like to introduce, that since we have two frequencies involved, we've got other terms that come in handy. So the difference between FH and FL is known as bandwidth, which you can abbreviate as BW. So FH minus FL gives us the bandwidth. And from this, we can also see that we have another quantity known as quality factor. This is the Q factor. So it usually comes in when we are analyzing these two filters, and we shall see in the next video how these things are related. Also, I'd like to come and just state the following, that all these responses that I've put here, they are divided into two, that you can have the ideal response, which is also known as brick wall response, and we have the practical response. We shall see this in the next video, practical response. And after the general classification of filters, so just as a review, we've got the general classification of filters, and you said filters are generally classified into low-pass filters, low-pass, these low-pass filters, high-pass filters, that is high-pass filters, and number 3 we'll have bandpass filters, and number 4 you have band reject stroke notch filters. And this is nothing but reject, so we see it because it's rejecting. So this is the general classification of filters. We also have other classifications of filters, but we shall look at them in the next video. So please don't forget to subscribe and to click the like button, and please share. So thank you.